This is the best starter house in Minecraft Survival, and I'm going to tell you why. I see a lot of these YouTube videos with quote-unquote starter houses, but they're using materials that you either need to go and spend ages to try and get, or they're nowhere near off of being what you would call a starter house. Now, some people just do a bit of dirt in the ground, or they do a little mud hut. This isn't that. This is a little bit more, but it's all, you know, it's wood, it's glass, it's materials that you can source locally. And it's not going to take you ages to build, because the idea of a starter house is the house you build right at the very start, just to get a roof over your head, so that you can progress through the game. But you also want it to be a half-decent house, and one that you can leave to stand for years to come, and you can come back here and remember this place, because this is our starter area. And we're just going to build and build and build on this. And this will be the focal point of where it all began. So let's go indoors. So just in here, we've got a temporary cooking room. Some storage and crafting area this side. We've had a nice grand staircase. And of course, subscribe to LGs if you haven't already. And then we've started to now go down towards the downstairs area. Which will have crafting and loads of storage rooms down here. But that's where it then becomes a non-starter house. So I'm not going to go into this bit so much down here, because like I said, it needs to be a starter house. And upstairs we've got a lovely paned window at the back, a double staircase going either way, and then a triple bed looking out over our local area with such a lovely view. Of course, I've got a bedside table where this one's covered in honey, so that's clearly for Winnie the Pooh. But that is it. That is as simple as this design gets. I went for this type of window design. We can see frontwards from next to the door, but then no one can see coming around the edge because it's too high. We can obviously hop up on items and look out, but no one can see in, which is what I like. We've used oak wood on everything other than a bit of spruce for the sign and the door, just so it blends in a little bit nicer. And we also went with a wooden floor as well. Again, it's all the wood was from over there. We've obviously got the spruce there and the oak there, so we kept planting and re-harvesting all of that materials. And the only other thing you've got is glass, which is sand. So now we're going to rewind into whilst I was building the house. Now, at the moment, it is just a square frame. So I'm not going to give you any sort of design because it's quite easy to see how the frame goes together. And I'm just going to finish off the roof, which is just a triangular roof, which goes to one point. I mean, you can screenshot any points or pause the video at any point to see how I've done certain things or different dimensions. It's not a complicated build, so I'm not going to break that down so much. Like, you know, a lot of the YouTube videos, they show you exactly what you need where, whereas this one, it's not necessary. So I quickly crafted all the wood that I needed just to finish off the roof all the way down. And then I had to decide how I was going to do the walls. Now, at the moment, I've just got an oak frame. And what I like about the oak frame, you can see here, is you've got the end oak frames at the top, which are pointing out, which makes it look like it's a beam, which I really, really like. I then started to clear the floor. I know I just emphasised that, you know, a simple starter house should be just a simple starter house, but I don't like a dirt floor. I do like a nice wooden floor. So I did have to get a lot more wood to be able to finish this off. So again, we've had to go on deforestation mode and start clearing the local trees. But, you know, whenever you do this sort of thing, make sure when you cut all the trees down, you're replanting them and planting more, so that when you get to the next stage of the build where you're like, oh crap, I need more wood, there's loads more trees there available, which is what I just did there. Then once I finished the floor, I then decided to go down to another level by doing the exactly same staircase, going down to not a ground floor, but an underground floor. But like I said earlier, that is then when you take the video to a next level, and I'm not going to show that in this one. I was then playing around with the outside and trying different things, different aesthetics, because there are very easy ways that you can take a build from looking like a nice, you know, a very simple square house to really, really nice. So I played some different things. I then took out all the fences that we put in temporarily just to stop mobs spawning into the house. But I did have an idea, because it was spruce fencing, I thought, oh, maybe that could be a nice little staircase. So I decided to make it into a staircase handrail and put it either side of the stairs. I then made loads more steps to put around the window frames, sort of give it a bit more of a, you know, a finished look around the window. So it's, again, it's not all square. And as I was using window panes rather than the block windows, it was easier to use steps, because then it makes the windows thinner. They're only half a block wide and not a full block, and that would work really, really well. So I decided to then do this onto the top floor as well, putting the window frame along the bottom and leaving the triangular shape around the top. Armoured mini zombie! Die!
He'll be fine.
Ah! He's having me. He's actually having me. Oh my god, oh my god. No, he's actually having me. Oh god, I haven't got food!
Yeah, just ignored me.
Jesus. He almost had me.
He's a zapper fella.
Thanks. As you saw, I did almost just get killed by a mini zombie. Quite embarrassing, but they are bloody little wriggly things that are horrible. And our friend Wallace has given us loads of windows so we can finish off the build with lots of windows upstairs and downstairs, and putting all the panes in across the triangular windows. And this is the standard Minecraft that I play in, but obviously in the video I showed you at the start, I do have the shaders on, so it does look a lot nicer when it's all one window rather than all the dividers. I then just went around and did any little finishing touches. I wasn't just sure what to do with this last little bit in the corner, so I just decided to put a window in there. I did try all different things. I did try other things off this video as well, but I just couldn't find what to do, and I thought the window looks okay. So I did that on that side and around the other side just to finish it off. A little bit of terraforming as well, just to make sure the ground looks nice around the building. And then this was the finished product. Really, really happy with how it turned out. It's a lovely little starter house. You can kind of see from this image here, you know, how the design actually goes. So copy this, and then linked on the screen now is our previous video. That is episode 1 of the, you know, the new survival series, where we actually found where we were going to build our city or our world, and all the shenanigans that went off in the first episode. So make sure you check that video out. Leave a like on this one if you did enjoy this build. There's going to be loads more builds coming in this world. I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.